She hit cancel. It sent anyway. An airline chatbot once invented a refund for a grieving passenger. A tribunal said the company still owned that yes. This year researchers paused 6 agent frameworks. 215 runs still executed. Stop did not mean stop. Wouldn't it be dreamy if messy output never left? Unless a deterministic valve said so. That is the theory we are about to learn. Stochastic systems do not give you a contract. The model samples. A guardrail is deterministic gating on that pipe. Verify, then a trusted packet, or nothing. She hit cancel and it still sent because stop was a label, not a valve. Llama guard is the same idea. A checker outside the generator. Pass or it never leaves. NVIDIA NeMo already wires that as a separate boolean, not a nicer system prompt. Keep that. Independent checker. Binary halt. Post-training alignment balances helpfulness and caution in one loss. Those objectives fight. Prolonged persuasion finds a hole in the mesh. A hard gate is structural and external. Training the leak shut is a losing fight. The airline bot was trained to be helpful. Helpful one. Same packet. No halt. Arrows go through the mesh. They shatter on the wall. Change will keep pushing. A nicer mesh is still post-training. You need the hard gate, so stop spending the next month training the leak shut. Put an independent gate on the pipe. That is the principle. We will keep repeating it. A guardrail is an intelligent element. Independent. Add a boundary. 1 objective. Detect the incident. 3 properties. Task-specific, so it cannot be talked into extra goals. Binary, forward the whole packet or block it entirely. And it can halt transmission, swapping a placeholder. Not a maybe. Not a rewrite. The smiling hologram is the agent. Many goals. The lens is the intelligent element. 1 job. A separate device. That is why the checker is not the chat brain. Can you make the helpful model be the inspector too? Sit with that. Number helpfulness is extra goals. Singular intelligence cannot share them. Same reason the airline bot could not referee its own refund. Now we can name it. Guardrail. Independent, intelligent element at the boundary. Boolean halt. That is the topic. We will keep saying it. Control input is a string. Assessor returns a bool. Pass, forward the original. Fail, placeholder. The original never crosses. Cheap if else, so it is modular. Swap the assessor, keep the branch. Those 215 leaks happened because stop was a name, not this boolean. Empty fridge. Same if else as the hex. You snap the halt. Independent checker. A boolean. Mixed. Do not cheat. People skip the placeholder. Without the placeholder, the original still crosses. If assessor forward, else return placeholder, the original never crosses. That is the entire runtime. Cheap. Vast. Modular. There are no dumb questions. What's yours about a checker that only returns true or false?
Is the intelligent element just another model?
It can be. 1 objective. Detect the incident. A boolean.
Why not let the same chat model referee itself?
Helpfulness is extra goals. The inspector cannot share them.
And fail means rewrite a polite no.
Number. Placeholder. The original never crosses. 3 placements. Same boolean, different policy. User-facing response gate. Conservative generic placeholders, so an attacker does not get a lesson. Internal, between subagents. The reject can be instructive, so the other agent can course correct. External, before a database or tool. Never leak the query, never mutate unsafe state. Maya cancel was a user-facing stop that was not actually a gate. Every trust line, person machines vault. Skip 1 and that is the leak. Independent checker, boolean halt, at the boundary. Which of those 3 stays conservative? Generic placeholder, no extra hints. Pick. The one facing the user stays conservative. Internally, you can teach. Externally, you never leak the query. 3 placements, same halt, same boolean. 3 perimeters, output safety, harm violence, self-harm dangerous how-tos. Output quality. Is this grounded against the source, or did the model invent a refund? Security. PII secrets aggregate leaks. Reputation and legal sit on the lintel. The airline case was a quality fail that became a legal one. A shield. A source check. A lock. 3 questions, 1 halt. Crack a pillar and legal is already on the roof. 2 wirings. Sequential. Input agent. Output then the guardrail, then the user. You gate what exists. Extra latency. Low waste. Parallel, the prompt splits. The agent generates, while the guardrail inspects the input. A low latency. If the gate says no, you still paid for generation. Same halt. Different trigger. See the scrap. Parallel bot latency. Then the boolean said no, and you paid for a cube you threw away. Sequential would have waited and gated the thing that exists. 2 more variants. Buffered. Engage only when the full payload exists. High latency. No partial leak. Streaming. Assessors on fractional chunks as they leave. Near 0 latency. Trap. You cannot unsay a chunk on a public API. Closed UI can erase a midstream reject. Same boolean. Different when it fires. Closed arm on the crate is buffered. Open arm on drips is streaming. If you do not own the UI, those drips already left. Remember, stop has to mean stop. Stream only if your own screen can erase a reject with no trace. Public APIs cannot. That is the constraint on the matrix we are about to see. 4 cells, sequential, post-generation, high latency, low waste vision quality. Parallel, pre-generation, low latency, high waste, cheap text filters. Buffered, payload complete, open web and public APIs. Streaming, mid-generation, only a closed enterprise UI. Pick the cell, do not pick the vibe. Independent checker, boolean halt, different trigger, worked example of those cells. Text prompt splits, a parallel text guardrail, kills a bad prompt before you pay the image model. Then a sequential vision guardrail still classifies the pixels. 2 booleans, 2 moments, because the first checker never sees the picture. Do not pay the painter if the words already fail, then still stare at the canvas. Parallel then sequential, same halt twice. Ideation writes memos that can become legal artifacts. A sequential accounting guardrail sits between ideation and plan formulation. Non-compliant never reaches the planner. Internal halt can be instructive. Same intelligent element, same bool, different question. Does this violate accounting? The wall eats the binder. The other desk never saw it. That is the internal sequential halt. Independent checker, between subagents. React hub, internal docs and calendar stay inside the company. No gate required. Internet search leaves the building. An external guardrail sits on the query itself, not the page it brings back. One stray argument is a leak. Same halt, tool boundary. One stray argument in the search box, and it already left. Put the hex on that cable. External gate, a boolean. The query never crosses if it fails. Defense in depth. Core agent. Internal process gates. External tool gates. Input and output gates. No perfect layer. Modularity. Update a hex without retraining the core. Transparency. A deterministic halt stakeholders can prove. Reliability at every boundary. Independent checker. Boolean halt. That is every topic, stacked. Swap a hex tomorrow. Do not retrain the brain. That is modularity. That is why you built gates, instead of another fine-tune. Sticker the theory. Independent, intelligent element. Boolean, forward or placeholder. Checkpoints at every boundary. Safety, quality, security. Sequential or parallel. Buffer or stream. Update the gate, not the model. If your agent is still a mesh, comment guardrail. Subscribe.